Tensions are once again climbing on the Korean Peninsula, where the cycle of military drills, threats, and countermeasures has returned to the spotlight. North Korea has sharply criticized the latest joint exercises between the United States and South Korea, claiming they're nothing less than preparations for war. Pyongyang argues that such maneuvers force it to accelerate the expansion of its nuclear arsenal in the name of self-defense. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, during his recent visit to a newly commissioned warship, warned that the Ulchi Freedom Shield drills were not simple training, but a rehearsal aimed at attacking his country. According to state media, Kim said these exercises leave his nation with no choice but to further strengthen its nuclear capabilities. His remarks underline a repeated North Korean narrative that outside pressure justifies its weapons development. The Ulchi Freedom Shield, which began earlier this month, is a large-scale 11-day military exercise involving command simulations and field operations. South Korea's defense ministry reported that more than 20,000 troops are taking part, including nearly 18,000 South Koreans and thousands from the U.S. While Washington and Seoul insist that the drills are defensive in nature, North Korea has consistently dismissed that explanation, calling them a direct threat to its sovereignty. Kim's inspection of the Cho Haiyan destroyer, a 5,000-ton warship equipped with advanced missile systems, highlighted Pyongyang's determination to modernize its military. Reports from South Korea's Yonhap news agency suggest that another vessel of this class could be completed by 2026. Such naval expansion shows that North Korea is working not only on nuclear missile programs, but also on strengthening its conventional forces to project power beyond its shores. Adding to the heated rhetoric, Kim's sister, Kim Yo-jong, targeted South Korean President Lee Jae-myung, accusing him of double standards. She said his calls for peace cannot be taken seriously while his government actively joins the United States in war games. Her statement, released through state-controlled media, reinforced the message that dialogue with Seoul is pointless unless military cooperation with Washington is halted. Despite Pyongyang's harsh words, President Lee has made efforts to ease tensions. He has called for reviving past security agreements that reduced cross-border friction and has even ordered the removal of some loudspeakers used for propaganda along the demilitarized zone. Yet, according to the Korea Herald, North Korea dismissed these moves as empty gestures, stressing that genuine peace cannot come alongside joint drills. Experts note that such reactions from Pyongyang are part of a long-standing pattern. A report by the Korea Institute for National Unification explains that North Korea often uses external exercises as justification to advance its nuclear program. The Federation of American Scientists estimates that North Korea already possesses enough fissile material for dozens of nuclear warheads, though the exact number of assembled weapons remains unclear. The United States is closely monitoring the situation. President Donald Trump is expected to meet South Korea's President Lee in Washington, where North Korea's growing nuclear capacity will be a top priority. According to U.S. officials, Washington remains open to dialogue, but insists that Pyongyang must show willingness to engage seriously in denuclearization talks, something that has not been achieved in recent years. Beyond the peninsula, regional dynamics are also shifting. North Korea has deepened ties with Russia, with both nations exchanging political and military support. At the same time, Pyongyang has continued to test a range of missiles, including short-range projectiles and cruise missiles, raising further alarm in neighboring Japan and across East Asia. These activities reflect not only a military buildup, but also a calculated strategy to show defiance against international pressure. Observers warn that the current standoff is feeding a dangerous cycle. Joint drills by the U.S. and South Korea provoke North Korean threats, which then justify more exercises and military upgrades by Seoul and Washington. Analysts argue that breaking this loop will require trust-building steps and sustained dialogue. But years of mistrust and repeated provocations have left diplomacy in a very fragile position. Some experts point out that North Korea may also be using this moment to gain leverage for future negotiations.